When I decorate, I love to add different textures to my house. So I'm really excited about this project that has a fun felt garland which adds lots of texture. So let me show you how to make it. We are going to start this project out by creating the felt garland base. So you're going to take one piece of felt and cut 6 strips that are 1 inch by 12 inches long. 5 of those strips will get used to create the garland base, and 1 of the strips will be used to do the center bow. Now we're going to grab our glue gun and 5 of those strips to create one long garland. So take your felt on one end, put a dab of hot glue, and then take your next piece of felt and put it on top of that piece of hot glue, and go until you've got 5 of them put together. Now we're going to move on to the longest part of this project, which is cutting out and creating 90 leaves. So take the leaf template that's available online at craftstrike.com. Cut the template out, put the template on top of your green felt, and cut out leaves until you get to 90. Once you've got all of your leaves cut out, we are going to try and make your leaves take shape. So we're going to grab our hot glue gun, we're going to take the leaf and fold it in half, and where that flat base is, you're going to put a little dab of glue in there and squeeze it shut. Be careful as the glue is hot, try not to burn your fingertips. If the glue does pop open, just add another little dab and it will hold shut. So do this until all 90 of them are dimensional. Once all your leaves are ready and dimensional, then we get to start gluing them onto the garland. So take that long felt strip that you created, grab your leaves, you're going to take a leaf, put a little dab of hot glue on it, and put it on one side of the garland, and then you'll continue gluing the leaves on, alternating sides of the garland until you get halfway up that garland. Once your leaves are halfway up the garland, then you are going to switch the direction of your leaves, and you are going to continue the same process, just turning the leaves the other direction, and go all the way down until you get to the end of the garland, making sure to alternate what side of the garland you're putting the leaves on. Once all your leaves are on the garland, we're going to go back to the middle and make that a little bit prettier. So grab the extra strip that's 1 inch by 12 inches. You're going to wrap it around the middle of the leaves, where the leaves meet and change direction. You're going to put a little dab of hot glue on the strip, stick it in the center of the leaves, wrap it around, and then secure it again with another dab of hot glue. Once your garland is made, we get to attach that to the board as well as to attach the vinyl. So we are going to take the garland, find the center of the board, and make sure the garland is centered on the board. Before we want to apply the vinyl, we are going to cut the word gather apart from the accent piece. We're only going to use the word in this project. We're going to measure once again, get everything in place. Once everything is in place and centered on the board, I'm going to use a pencil and mark where I put the vinyl down. Then we are going to rub on the front of the vinyl, remove the backing, and then place the vinyl back on the board, using those marks that you created to line it up again. Once the vinyl is placed on the board, you'll rub that with a credit card or vinyl scraper, get it really secured to the board, and then peel up that transfer tape. Place the garland back on the board, get it nice and centered so the bow is in the center of the board, and then we are going to use some tacks and attach the garland to the board. So you'll just use those tacks, place them in the upper corners of the board, and tack them in place. Next, we'll take a little dab of hot glue and secure that bow onto the board. And then our last step is to trim up the ends of the garland if you think they're a little bit too long for the board, and then you're finally ready to display your project. Thanks for joining me as we made this fun project. You can find all the supplies that I used to make this at craftstrike.com on the Projects tab.